Hey, it's Heather, and today I'm doing a Thanksgiving wine magazine roundup. November, big month in the food industry, and every single issue is covered with a turkey, which is typical. But all issues also will talk about Thanksgiving wine. And my favorite this year, ding, 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 Bon Appetit, which, as we know, was well poised to really get a lot more readers because of Gourmet's demise. Now, why I liked the Bon Appetit is because the way they featured their Thanksgiving wine was to talk about a region, and the region they choose, Spain. Just went to Spain, and indeed, I could not agree more. So my first wine pick from Bon Appetit, not exactly the same producer, but the same kind of wine, is a Cava, and I'm gonna pair it with my bacon tart. These are lovely little nibbles to get your party started right. Please check my website because I have a whole episode dedicated just to these little yummy things. So, Cava is what I pair it with, really easy. Fabulous. You cannot miss with Cava bacon tart. It's a wonderful way to start a party. Very festive, inexpensive, made exactly the way champagne is made. Different grapes, a little fruitier, maybe a little bit more distinctive. And I think this one sells for about $12, so you don't have to break the bank. The next wine is also suggested by Bon Appetit. It is an Albarino from Spain, where I went this last May, and I did indeed enjoy quite a few Albarinos. A brilliant choice. I read a lot about Sauvignon Blancs and Thanksgiving. I don't really get that. They're a little too grassy, a little too vibrant to work with all different kinds of foods. But the Albarino, a little softer, but yet not shy. It can hold its own. And I'm gonna do my little wine tasting thing. A little swirl, a little sniff. And indeed it has it's like a softer Sauvignon Blanc without being flabby. And it's got a little weight, which you're gonna need when you're serving things like my little tart here. Excellent match. I think I might like that better than the Cava. So that's Bon Appetit, and they get a real gold star. Very excited. Next is, surprise, surprise, food and wine. What could be better, food and wine? Comprehensive every month after month of what to drink. What I like about this one, they just have a guide, a straight up holiday wine game plan. And here's what's fabulous. Cheap, like you read about. For a magazine like Food and Wine, to get all these inexpensive wines, boy, are they getting the memo. So everything here, top 10 wines, nothing over 15. And they suggested a white, Sauvignon Blanc, an Albarino, but what they suggested that I'm really excited about, and as an absolute must for your holiday table, a rosé. Everybody thinks of rosé with the summer. Release it, let it go. It is so great to pair at Thanksgiving. This one I chose is from Italy. It is a vibrant, lush rosé that can really stand up to it, but it's still softer. It's not gonna overpower, and you can chill it. So I'm going to do my swirl. Fruit, you think things like raspberry. If I'm feeling festive, I might say cranberry, but definitely berry fruit. Wow, so fruity, you might think it's sweet, but it's not sweet. It is dry, there's no residual sugar. It just has a very lush, wonderful feel. This is a really good Thanksgiving wine. I warmly encourage you to think about rosés for your table. I looked at Gourmet, liked Gourmet, but they're not really gonna be around anymore, but I do encourage you to, for nostalgia's sake, pick up the issue. It has a lot of great recipes. The wine suggestions, a little pricey, which might be why they're not around anymore. But the next magazine I'm going to feature, I'm proudly featuring Saveur magazine, which is the magazine that has a little bit more in-depth stories. It's really about food more than recipes, I would say. When I'm thinking of what am I going to cook for dinner, I probably won't pick Saveur. When I'm thinking of where food is going, I will pick Saveur. And here's the deal with this Saveur's. If you want to bring a bottle of wine to Thanksgiving and act like you really know what you're talking about wine, pick up this Saveur because their suggestion is Carmenere. And it's in an article here, Late Bloomer, written by David Rosengarten, who I really like, really fun guy. And he gives you a nice little essay about this grape, Carmenere, which you may not have heard before, so you're going to be kind of cool for bringing this unusual grape. And if you read the article, you know lots of little tidbits about it. So you can be so sophisticated and so informed. Carmenere, French grape, originally part of Bordeaux. And it is, look, lovely, rich, almost purpley. Nice fruit, but not hot. Loving that. I don't get that pow of alcohol. I'm going to take a nice sip. Lots of nice things going on, but not super hot, not super tannic, softer tannins. I get a little pepper, a little tobacco. That kind of complexity is going to work really nicely with turkey. It's not going to overpower your traditional dishes. And it is definitely something you can find moderately priced. Yay, chili. They can really bring it. Now, as I always say, if it's, you know, your first round cooking, here's your go-to everyday food. If you haven't cooked Thanksgiving dinner before and you want a real basic guide, you cannot miss with this. They don't make you crazy. And what I like about what they have to say about wine is that they don't go around talking about which bottle. They suggest grapes. It is very, very hard sometimes to find a specific wine. It's better to know the style, it's better to know the grape, it's better to know the region. And indeed, they make some really great suggestions. Pinot Noir, never a failure. Perfect food wine. Gorge Traminer and Viognier, which are both full-bodied whites, so there's nothing too light. It could hold up to the food. And here's my favorite pick, I think, of the most creative pick. Lambrusco. What is Lambrusco? It is a sparkling red, little sweet, really a fun idea if you want to be funky bringing wine to Thanksgiving. So that's my roundup. And if you want to learn more about this fantastic bacon tart, like I said, hit the website. And in the meantime, let's see, which one do I want to cheers with? Let's go with a rosé. For wines, for recipes, for much, much more, please hit my website, sogood.tv. Happy Thanksgiving.